Back in the USSR, eh?
Qualifications was the golden rule, and now just pieces of pie. Just because you're better than me doesn't mean I'm lazy. Just because you're going forwards doesn't mean I'm going backwards. You look the part.
Hello, Billy. Nice to see you.
Nice to be here.
Billy Bragg on muusik, helilooja, laulja, poeet. Ta on päris hästi teada Inglismaal ja paljudes teistessegi riikides, sellepärast et ta on reisinud mööda maailma ringi. Tema lauludes räägitakse väga tõsistest asjadest. Ta on väga palju osalenud erinevatel üritustel, poliitilistel üritustel. Ta on toetanud Inglismaa kaevurite streiki.
Working men of all countries, wake up.
Does anyone want to go to the store?
What's it? Yeah. We're big consumers, lads.
We're very big consumers.
15 minutes to consuming. Let's get to consuming.
Souvenir shop. It's like
We can buy things, can't we? Let's go.
15 minutes.
And what money do they take?
By the way,
Any money except rubles.
any money except for rubles.
Oh, we don't
And
want...
you can use your credit cards as well, but you must warn.
What credit cards? We're socialists.
Oh, sorry.
Baby, I'm aboard the
Be honest with you, lads. When the going gets tough, the tough go shopping.
There's an American
Shop till you drop.
Oh, bagpipes.
So Billy, we're here in Tallinn, the capital of Estonia.
Yeah.
We played last night and the night before, and tonight we're going to leave for Moscow. But you came here at the invitation of the Russian Peace Committee.
Well, the Estonian Peace
Estonian
Committee,
Peace
yeah.
Committee. What is the Estonian Peace Committee?
Well, it's part of the official campaign, some of which I suppose you could call propaganda towards the West. I think things have changed here a lot in the last, since Gorbachev came to power, the commitment to sending positive information to the West. But what it does, it gives them an excuse to bring in musicians from abroad, because the Peace Committee is about international solidarity. So, you know, it's sort of like gives them an official excuse, which they need, so that the young hip guys, like the fellas who put this gig together, who we were talking to last night, can say, oh right, international solidarity. There's this political songwriter, Billy Bragg, and this Finnish band, Kadatet, who do political stuff. Let's bring them in, and it gives us the opportunity to come in, not only to do the official stuff, which more or less we have to do at camp, but also to get stuck into the little clubs like we went to yesterday, you know, the punks were.
Tää tekniikka, tää ei oo ihan hyvä, tää on paskainen. Kunnon tekniikan kanssa soittavat toiset bändit.
Pilvityö taivas, verisininen, täijäl rinnal hingab nüüd iga inimene. Sirp ja vasarena kedagi ei löö, tähendavad meile nüüd nad rõõmsad tööd. tere perestroika, demokraatia, diktatuuri küüsis on pääsemas üks maa. Tere perestroika, tere õnnetipp, enam nii jube ei tundu punalipp.
The Soviet Union is so much unlike the stuff you're supposed to believe on the TV, you know, the whole police state. I'm sure there's a lot of coppers around, but there's a lot of coppers around in, you know, up Ladbroke Grove.
Tere perestroika, taaderiidera, sinule ja minule kuulub nüüd maa. On iga aasta juubel, suur viinakuu, juubeldab rahvas, juhhei, au, 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 au.
Ennen kun vielä perestroika ei ole, no, pian joka päivä meitä pidätettiin ja vietin tänne militsin.
Miksi?
No vaan tämän takia, että meillä on nämä vaatteet, nämä hiukset, nämä irokees. No, meillä kaikki revitti pois, meillä irokees löi, no, tässä ei joka päivä, mutta no, 2 kertaa viikossa.
Tere perestroika, anna täppäkaa. No.
I wonder if that's Vladimir Ilyich Lenin. No, probably not.
It's a great mistake to actually consider the Soviet Union as being Russia. We
Russia,
consider them as synonymous, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we talk about being in Russia here, and the Estonians get rightly pissed off. Like we'd say if we were in Glasgow, we'd say, isn't it great to be in England? And all the Scottish people would be very angry with us.
I was a talker, I was rowing between the wars. I raised a family in time of austerity with sweat at the boundary between the wars. I paid the union and I tried Granada. I looked to the government to help the working man, but they brought prosperity down at the armory with armed infantry boys between the wars. I kept the fighting and I kept vouching, not with the iron fist, but for the helping hand. For this is a land with a wall around it, and mine is a fight, my fellow man. This is a land of hope and glory, mine is the green field and the factory floor. These are the skies all dark with bombers, and mine is the prison between the walls. Call up the craftsman, bring me the draftsman, build me a heart, and cradle to grave, and I'll give my consent to any government that does not deny man a living wage. Go find the enemy, never to fight again, bring up the banners from the days gone by. Sweet moderation, heart of this nation, desert us not, we are between the walls.
Come on. Food, he's such a fucking cliche.
Go on, Bill. Give him some of that. He'll use it, won't he? You have to understand one as well, Bill. How long is Moscow? The Tallinn-Leningrad Express. No kind of express.
term socialism to mean a different thing to what I think
It's a very different thing, yeah.
But it's the same ideal, the same
What
one.
is the different thing? What does socialism mean to you, and what is socialism? You a Soviet, you from Estonia, you an Englishman. I mean, what do you mean when you say socialism? Что это тебе значит?
I don't know. I want to believe in socialism, but all of this, what I have seen around me,
I mean, I think there's a definite feeling I get that Gorbachev is doing what he's doing is because he's a good Marxist-Leninist, not because he's decided that Russia has to become like the West. See, in America, there's a perception that somehow capitalism has won, and Gorbachev is doing this to become more capitalist. I think he's doing it to make Russia the country that Lenin wanted it to be.
The massive difference, and the one that annoys me the most, is freedom of travel. Because as a socialist, internationalism is really important to me.
You made that reference about Estonian bands refusing to come to...
Yeah, that they never come to see us.
That was good.
Yeah.
They enjoyed it too.
I hope so. Yeah, what's your problem? Yeah. Yeah.
kontaktid, need kohtumised said väga tugeva aluse, tugeva rahu sildade müüri.
Billy Bragg,
Yeah, good to be here. Really enjoyed it. See you, mate. All the best. See you next time, chap. It's good stuff. Right. It was great to see you, man. No, he doesn't want to be on the telly. Right. Let's go.
Okay. All right, let's go.
To Moscow. Yeah, ciao. Bye.
Remember us. Kuvaus alkaa heti saatana aamusta.
I'll be bad, you can't. I'll be bad. Do something, come on, man. Do something.
Well,
please.
Chain, chain, hurry, bring my baby back up.
Wait, leave that alone.
That's a good album title, isn't it?
East of Everywhere, yeah.
What?
East of Everywhere, title for the album.
Yeah.
Hey? You'd approve it, what's it got to do with you? Hey, get off the track. Hey, mate, just come up in my ears, isn't it? Fucking finished football vandals, look what they've done.
Oh, they haven't. It's
broke the train.
Punks. Punks.
Finished fine.
It's this ballerina here.
Send them back to fucking Finland.
Royal
Shut up there.
National service. You still have national service in Finland.
Oh.
Chain, chain, hurry, bring my baby back up.
How much did you rip the Clash off for?
Not as much as they took off of me.
the new album Grossman.
They won. I thought the Clash and the Clash won.
Morning, sunshine.
Come on.
Hi, Bob.
It's cold here.
It's freezing, man. It's pretty nippy.
So again. Oh, very pleased to be here. Very pleased. That's what they call it.
Is it? Is it really? No. Oh, that's bracing.
Go inside.
I'm not sure if you're allowed to film here, you know.
I'm not filming.
Fredo, they like their onions, don't they?
Fredo? What?
Fred Square.
Is that what?
Fred Square. You know him, don't
Good old
you?
Fred, yeah.
That cartoon character in the mirror.
There's some Russians.
They're all around us. We're surrounded.
Surrounded by bleeding Russians, yeah. Well, here we are on historic Red Square in historic Moscow on an historic bleeding freezing Sunday morning. What can I tell you, Chrissy
Well,
boy?
I've decided that the Cold War has nothing to do with
God,
politics.
it's freezing, isn't it?
It's just about the weather, isn't it?
You know I've got 2 pairs of thermals on.
I've only got one.
Oh, actually, I freak all these soldiers out by filming them. This will do their brains in, won't it?
Hey, I'm grooming, baby. Yeah, love that camera. Yeah, love it, yeah.
This one.
What's the problem?
Is this a problem? It's bad?
Right, it's okay.
If this is okay, it's bad. It's not good. What's he saying?
He's asking how to interpret.
He speaks a bit of Russian, yeah.
Yeah, it's gospel class.
У них есть разрешение?
Нет, специального разрешения нет, но существует договоренность. Что они приехали и могут снимать. У меня просто с тобой. Договоренность с Боровиком, который представляет, руководит Советским комитетом защиты мира.
Ну все, вопросов больше.
All right? As you say, do it again or what? It's kosher.
Мы можем снимать, да?
Ну вы будете, наверное, снимать когда?
Вот сейчас. Сейчас, буквально несколько минут еще и все.
So it's not even sound.
I'll send you a copy, Kelly.
I'll send him one.
I think
Let's finish off.
Dale, nu försvann det.
Ну что ж, а теперь мы приглашаем на сцену нашего гостя из Великобритании Билли Брэгга.
My name is Billy Bragg, I'm from London, England.
Я Билли Брэгг из Лондона, Англия.
I'm very pleased to be here to take part in this ecology festival here in Moscow.
Bet you wonder how I knew of your plans to make me blue. And some other guy you knew before. But you two other guys, you know I love you more. Took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday. Don't you know I heard it through the grapevine? Not much longer would you be mine. Oh, I heard it through the grapevine, and I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey,
A small improvement could be made if there was also, as well as more glasnost and more perestroika, more Latin American soul music.
all I can see, does you mean that much to me? You could have told me yourself that you love someone else. Instead, I heard it through the grapevine.
Music scene's different.
In which way?
I think they've been down the music scene for such a long time that it's not had a chance to develop the same way as our music scene has developed. There just seems to be a prevalence of heavy metal bands, probably more than is necessary.
I changed guitars to this guitar because this one is louder.
Being a heavy metal fan is pretty heavy over here, you know what I mean? It's pretty, probably get a lot of shit for it. But being a heavy metal band is probably but I think heavy metal maybe does the same thing as like punk does for us.
In London, we could think of nothing more punk rock than being fired up into space in a tiny little round metal ball and then landing on the ground punk in the Soviet Union. We could think of nothing that was more summed up to us, the spirit of punk rock. So we want to finish by playing this song for you now. In the spirit of punk rock and in the spirit of the Soviet Union's punk rock attempts to beat the Americans in the space race. I want to be a cosmonaut.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Cosmonaut.
everybody loves and holds dear to his heart that kind of music that was around when he was 16. For Billy, it's punk. For us, it's Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and stuff like this. We do not say no to the things that happen afterwards. I mean, the second best band in the world after the Beatles for me is Cocteau Twins. So I have different time span.
Все разошлись по домам. Наше время, когда каждый третий герой. Они не пишут статей, они не шлют телеграмм. Они стоят как ступени.
What's the performance situation nowadays in the Soviet Union?
Slightly better than it was like 2 years ago.
In which way?
We're not arrested after every concert.
Well, were you before?
Yeah, sometimes.
Как птицы не умеют летать.
Billy calls himself a social critic in what he does. You feel that?
Towards him, yes.
Do you feel that as far as what you're doing?
No, we are mystical. We are mystical creatures. From another planet, I don't know.
Listen, we're outside the Kremlin. Why don't we go and see Gorbachev about it right now?
He's going to be up this time on a Sunday.
I think he might be, yeah. I think that Reiter is the key person there, though.
Yeah, it's a nice cup of tea. He makes a nice cup of tea.
Yeah, nice cup of tea.
I'm surprised they had all those Dire Straits CDs, though. That was a bit of a shock.
What do you?
I didn't think he'd be the sort of person who'd be into Dire Straits.
What do you expect, Prince?
I suppose so. No. I expected that lorry to run the film crew over. But apart from that... Oh, thank you very much. Can I come in? Oh, no. Oh, there you go. Nearly got in again there, lads. Sorry.
I know, it's the heroic order of tractors nearly got us there, actually.
Look, whoops, there goes another tractor.
But do you think this can actually be sorted out, this problem with the state record company Melodia and the fact that all these acts are getting completely stitched up?
No, everyone else is getting stitched up in this country. I don't see why the pop stars should be any different from anybody else. No, it's a sort of dead end of bureaucracy, isn't it? All these people who rave it on about nationalising the record industry in England is rubbish. Now you'd see what happens if records are made by committees. It's stupid.
You've been speaking a lot with the Soviet musicians, right? Mm-hmm. So do you feel more in common with them the social critic side that you do in Britain or the musician side? I mean, you know what I mean? What is your common language when you're speaking with them?
I think that common language is one of experience rather than a political common language, because their critique is of the establishment here, which is a socialist establishment, whereas my critique is of a capitalist establishment. So I take my critique from the point of socialism.
Okay, we're just about getting over to there. There's the big queue for Lenin's tomb over there.
What time's the show start?
It runs, it never
Go and tell
stops.
me on the guest. Go and tell me on the guest list. Say I'm on a guest list. MTV.
I can go straight past.
Yeah,
the
straight
queue.
past the queue. Yeah,
Right to the
into
front.
the executive lounge, have a few drinks, and then see what time Lenin's coming on. Maybe nip in the dressing room and have a word with him.
That'd be quite good, actually. Maybe we'd have a chat with him,
Yeah.
actually. See what
We're
he
doing a
feels
few
about it all.
lines. Yeah. Yeah. Must be a good gig because they're always going in there, you know.
I know. It's
Must
very,
be brilliant.
It's extremely
yeah.
popular. I've
Yeah, I
noticed
know.
this.
Yeah, it's been running for years.
Yeah. There used to be another guy in there as well, actually.
Yeah.
But they moved him out.
Yeah, he wasn't popular.
Stalin, Mr.
Yeah,
Stalin.
wasn't popular. They should have done this with Elvis, you know. The Elvis mausoleum in Memphis. That would have been the business. People would have queued up to see that, wouldn't they?
Certainly, I would have done.
Yeah, would you? Yeah, I know. Yeah, me too.
Who else do you think they could have had in there, actually?
Who, with Elvis?
Yeah.
I don't know, Buddy Holly. Someone like that.
Who are the greats for you?
The greats? Well, Lenin, Karl Marx, Bertolt Brecht, Batman.
So we're off. It represents it all, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Yeah.
It says it all.
Does. There it goes.
It's the limos, I think, that are the statement.
Yeah. I'm right with them on that. Great motors. Great motors.
Great combine harvesters.
Yeah.
Great tractors.
Yeah. Quite big PA equipment. If they can come up with bands who make records like Mayakovsky made poetry, or like El Lissitzky made pictures, or like Eisenstein made... If they can make rock videos like Sergei Eisenstein made films, then they can go up against the best in the West easily, you know, beat it hands down. Whether or not they want to go that way, it's up to them completely. But that's what I look for in what I see as good in the Soviet Union. It's strange, you know. You look at the designs of the 20s and the 30s, and that design is still there. You don't have to look at the
still
badges.
here, that's true.
That's available. You know, the badges. Look at the badges you can
Toothpaste.
buy. All these little badges and shit.
Yeah.
And they're great design, you know. The colours used, not necessarily the thing on it, but the colours they use and the gold and the red and everything. And then they come up with this incredible crap designs for their clothes and everything. It's really boring. You can't believe it, you know.
Yeah.
It's really and they can design nice things. They you know.
Original.
All the T-shirts in Great Britain at the moment have been ripped off as Soviet designs in the 20s and 30s. You know, why they have to go to the lowest common denominator? And I mean, there's an example over there, just behind you, that poster.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
You know, it's great.
Yeah.
You know, it's dynamic. It's interesting. I've got no idea what it says, but it is.
Next song is about a revolution that happened in England in the 17th century.
This was it, became what was this. We come in peace like snakes, you didn't sow. We come to work land, to continent, to make the waste. When I grow this earth divided, we will make out. So it shall be a common treasure we all. This is our poverty, to this day. No man has any right to buy and sell the earth and buy me game by them and they took the land. And now every day the wars rise up at their command. And they make the laws to train us well. And the clergy teach us.
Even after 300 years, it is still difficult for a young person to dance at a rock concert in England.
We will be together, we need no shoes. We will not bow to the masters or pagan, to the laws we are dreaming. Though we are poor, we think it's all stand up for glory, stand up now.
Still, someone in a uniform or with an armband can't tell you to get back in your seats.
Property, the orders came, and they sent the hired men and troopers to wipe out
But then, revolutions do not always turn out the way that you expected them to turn out.
You portray Clarice, here it's like here. This life is made from treasury for everyone to share. Things in common, all people one. We claim peace, the others claim to cut them down.
What do you feel about all this bureaucracy? Because that's screwing the whole thing up, isn't it?
Well, Russia's always had this huge bureaucracy. Always, before the revolution, they always had this incredible, huge bureaucracy, and it's something that's endemic. I think they love filling out forms. They just really get off on filling out forms. I think it just slows everything up.
Still, you know, Gorbachev wants a totally post-industrial society by the year 2000. And,
yeah.
I mean, I hope he's going to get
He's
there.
got a job in his hands, hasn't he? Hasn't he indeed? Well, you know, it's going to be interesting. I'll tell you, it's going to be a long, fast, scary trip for all you folks out there in the Soviet Union. So I'd hold on tight if I was you.
This song is called Help Save the Youth of America. It's about the problems that young people in America have when they try to act and speak for themselves. It could easily be called Help Save the Youth of the Soviet Union.
The fact is that young people here are just the same as young people anywhere in the world, aren't they?
Seems to be, yeah. They are. You know, I don't want to swap badges with you, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to get you signing posters and stuff like that. It's not that different. They get up and groove, you know. There's like any other rock audience anywhere in the world, why shouldn't it be? I'd have been surprised if it had been anything else.
Help save the youth of America, help save them from themselves. Help save the suntan surfer boys and their California girls. And the lights go out in the rest of the world. What do our cousins say? They're playing in the sun and having fun, fun, fun till Daddy takes the gun away.
Of course, there's them goons who keep them in their seats, but that can happen anywhere. I once got told by a guy with a gun in Salt Lake City, the security man who was actually armed, to stop drinking that beer. You're in Salt Lake City, I mean,
Help save the youth of America, help save the youth of the world. Help save the boys in uniform, their mothers and their faithful girls. Listen to the voice of the soldier down in the killing zone, talking about the cost of living and the price of bringing him home.
Great.
But this is not Salt Lake City. I want you to understand that, folks. Not Salt Lake City. Same vibe, different tone.
Many of the things that are happening in the Soviet Union could potentially make it a very exciting place. And I will know that this idea has reached its fruit when I begin to see Soviet tourists on the streets of London. The struggle will be long and hard. But I want to tell you, and probably it'll be a bit slow as well, perhaps, but young people in Great Britain, we are with you in that struggle.
Но мы, молодежь Британии, вместе с вами в этой борьбе.
I was 21 years when I wrote this song. I'm 22 now, but I won't be for long. People ask me when I got up to be a man, but all the girls I've been to school already pushing crabs. I loved you then as I loved you still. I put you on a pedestal, they put you on a pill. Don't feel bad about letting you go, just feel sad about letting you know. I don't want to change the world, I'm not looking for New England, I'm just looking for another girl. Hey. Hey.
Well, here we are out in front of the old Gostinia. There it is. One of the nicest hotels I've ever stayed in, I must say. It looks brilliant. The staff, the ladies what look after you, were really nice to us. And we had a really great time. And a couple of times I'd sort of got a few hours sleep in there, you know, when I wasn't meeting the peace committee or the
the music committee or some of the Finnish film committee, you know, I managed to get a bit of sleep here and there, so it wasn't a wasted journey. I just want to say thanks to all our readers and Merry Christmas and hello, Mum. It's really great being famous and film crew and everything. I've got a film crew now, I'm famous. Oh, perhaps I was hoping you might help me out with that. There's still one thing that remains a question to me about the Soviet Union. Why is everybody called Sasha? Except you. And you're called Artyom, except your name's spelled Artemy. Is it just to confuse the foreigners?
Well, I think that Sasha is a bit like Johnny, or...
Is it?
Yeah, Jack.
And then
hey, Jack.
Everyone else seems to be called Natasha. Not yourself, of course, but...
no. Okay, my wife's Svetlana,
so
yeah, we both are very,
exceptions.
we're very original in all ways.
Simple, radical stuff from Troitsky. Who even refuses to be called Sasha.
Sasha Troitsky,
But
get in there,
right, you can call me Sasha as well.
There you see? Okay. You can call me Sasha anytime.
The Russians won war. These are the children of parents who died in the last one. Do you think that it's possible, knowing their past, that they'd ever consider repeating the last, when 20 million was slaughtered by Nazi invasion? They died fighting on our side, you know, in a fight to defend humankind against Nazi terror and hatred. In the name of humanity bitterly torn, in the name of our children as yet to be born, before we do that which can never be undone, I beg of you, again and again and again and again and again. Do you think that the Russians won war? These are the parents of children who died in the last one. Do you think that they want to go through that again? The destruction, the bloodshed, the suffering and pain. In the Second World War, out of every 3 dead, one was Russian. If we try with all of our power, can we not find a way to peacefully settle our difference? In the name of humanity bitterly torn, in the name of our children as yet to be born.